Good morning. Today I want to share Acts 16, verse 25, which says, "But about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns of praise to God, and the prisoners were listening to them." Paul and Silas had been arrested, they had been beaten, they had been thrown into prison and were confined in stocks and chains. And most people, when you're going through, a little bit of problem or struggle, it's common, we want to grumble and complain or be angry. But Paul and Silas had gone through all that, and they were praying and singing praise to God. Well, and what I noticed were the prisoners were listening to them. The prisoners could have started yelling at them, shut up, be quiet. They could have ignored them. They could have, made a lot of noise to drown out the sound of Paul and Silas, but they were listening to them. And God just was showing me this morning, when you praise the Lord through your difficult times, people are going to listen. They're going to take notice. And what happened next was God made it very clear He was listening as well. And an earthquake happened, and everyone, all the prisoners' chains fell off and the doors opened. But the prisoners didn't escape. They went to Paul and Silas and they continued to listen to them. Their lives were changed. And the jailer was going to kill himself because he thought the prisoners had escaped. But Paul called out that they were still there, and the jailer and his entire family were saved and baptized as a result of Paul and Silas. And so God just kind of showed me today, sometimes He takes those horrible, evil things that can happen to us, and He uses it. He changes it for good. Those prisoners and that jailer and his family would not have been impacted and had their lives changed had it not been for Paul and Silas being put into jail and them deciding, we're not going to complain about this. We're not going to grumble. We're not going to get angry. We're going to praise the Lord. So when you're going through those difficult times, praise the Lord, because people are going to take notice. And another thing I have learned over the years to kind of ignore those comments and posts, whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube, that are kind of there just to get under your skin and to make you maybe argue or get angry or upset. And God just kind of says, you know what? Ignore it. They're going to take notice that you're not reacting in a way that most people do. And they're going to notice that. You don't need to defend yourself. Just be you and ignore and let me do the rest. So my encouragement to you is, how are people being affected by the way you respond? Are you praising the Lord through your difficulties? Or are you grumbling and complaining? Are you getting angry when people try and, make you mad? Or are you letting it go and being kind instead and just, not responding in that way that they would expect? Paul and Silas did not respond in a way that most people would have expected them to, and God showed up in a huge, miraculous way, and He can do the same in your life. God bless.